Hello, this is the lecture number 2 for the complex numbers. And in the last lecture, we have done the basics of the complex numbers. And we are starting with exercise 5.1. And there we have discussed the value of I square is equal to -1, I cube is equal to -I raised to power 4 is equal to 1. And the standard form of the complex number is A plus bi. So in question number 1, you have to write these values in the form a plus ib, means in the form of complex number. So simply you have to multiply it. 5 will be cancelled out as 5. I into I is I square. And the value of I square is -1. So it is -3 into -1 into 3. And because you have to write in the form a plus ib, the real part is 3 and its imaginary part is 0. So you can write 0i. 3 plus 0i. Now I raised to power 9 plus I raised to power 19. Whenever we have the high power of I, you always convert into the multiple of 4. So for I raised to power 9, you can write I raised to power 4 raised to power 2 into I raised to power 1. For 19, you can write I raised to power 4 raised to power 4 into I cube. So the value of I raised to power 4 is 1 into I raised to power is 1 and I cube is minus I. So this comes out to be I minus I, which is 0, so it is in the form 0 plus 0i. So whenever we have the high power of I, you always convert into the multiple of 4, so that you can write there I raised to power 4 is equal to 1. Here we have I raised to power minus 39. First of all, make it positive. Write in the multiple of 4, that is I raised to power 4 into 9 into I cube. 36 plus 3, it is 39. So I raised to power 4 is 1. 1 raised to power 9 is 1 and I cube is minus I. So whenever we have imaginary part in the denominator, always convert into the real part in the denominator. You can multiply numerator and denominator with I. So it comes out to be minus I upon I square, and I square is equal to -1. So this comes out to be minus I upon -1, which is equal to I, and you have to write in the form A plus IB, that is 0 plus I. Imaginary part here is 1 and real part here is 0. In question number 4, you have to simplify this. Simple, open the bracket, and whenever you are getting I square is getting I square, you know that it is equal to -1, and collect the real part with the real part and imaginary part with the imaginary part. Simply here, open the bracket, I 1 minus I, open the bracket, 1 minus 6I, real part is 2, imaginary part is -7. So this is the standard form of this complex number. Again, real part, imaginary part, real part, imaginary part, open the bracket, collect the real part. These are the two real part. These are the two imaginary part. You can take I common, 2 upon 5 minus 5 upon 2 is the real part. Simplify and you will get in the form A plus IB. Some calculation part is there. In the same, real, imaginary, real, imaginary, real, imaginary, open the bracket, collect the real part, 1 upon 3, 4, 4 upon 3 is the real part, imaginary part is 7 upon 3, 1 upon 3 and -1, simplify, you'll got in the standard form. So I minus I raised to power 4, you can I 1 minus I whole square, ki power 2. So first of all, find whole square of it, this, a square plus b square minus 2ab, I square is -1. So 1 minus 1 minus 2i, that is minus 2i ka whole square, which is equal to 4i square, and I square is equal to -1, and you can write in the form a plus ib, that is -4 plus 0i. You have to find the whole cube of this. You know the whole cube of a binomial, that is a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square. Put the value of I cube as -I, replace the value of I square is equal to -1, collect the real part, that is 1 upon 27 minus 9, and imaginary part is -27, I plus 1, 26i, and it is in the standard form. So like this, you can easily simplify these types of questions. As question number 10 also, we have to find the whole cube of this binomial. Now you can simplify by taking -2 common, and -1 ka whole cube is -1, and you have to find the whole cube of 2 plus 1 upon 3i, which you can do as in question number 9. Now in question number 10, question number 11 and 12, you have to find the multiplicative inverse of this complex number. You know the multiplicative inverse is the reciprocal of this, and you have to convert this complex number into real part. real numbers. How can you do it? You multiply numerator and denominator by taking the conjugate of this complex number. The conjugate is by changing the sign of the imaginary part. So you multiply and divide by 4 plus 3i, changing the sign of the imaginary part. So 1 into this, it is 4 plus 3i, and a minus b, a plus b formula is a square minus b square. I square you will get in the denominator, which is equal to minus 1. So 16 plus 9 comes out to be 25. So 4 upon 25 is the real part. 3 upon 25 will be the imaginary part of this complex number. So you have to simplify and write the answer in the a plus ib form always. Similarly, you have to find the imaginary part of this. 5 root 5 plus 3i. Imaginary multiplicative inverse means reciprocal. Now rationalize it. How to rationalize? We have done in the above question by changing the sign of the imaginary part, multiply and divide. In the numerator as it is, denominator will get the formula of a square minus b square. This comes out to be I square. I square is minus 1. So it comes out to be 5 plus 9. That is 14. So root 5 upon 14 is the imaginary real part of this, and 3 upon 14 will be the imaginary part of this, minus 3 upon 14. I square is minus 1, so 5 plus 9 it will become. Similarly, in question number 13, multiplicative inverse of minus I will be equal to 1 upon minus I. Multiply numerator denominator by I. You are getting the I square in the denominator. You know that it is equal to minus 1, and I upon 1. You have to write 0 plus I in the standard form, a plus I. This expression you have to simply simplify it. In the numerator you have to multiply, in the denominator you have to subtract. It is a plus b, a minus b formula, a square minus b square. In this denominator, this being cancelled out, it comes out to be root 2i plus root 2i, which is 2 root 2i. I square is equal to minus 1, and root 5 square is 5, so I square is minus 1, so it comes out to plus 5. So 14 upon 2 root 2i. You are getting a irrational number in the denominator as well as the imaginary part in the denominator. You always have to rationalize it. So rationalize by multiplying divide by root 2i. So you'll get 14 root 2i, and root 2 into root 2 is 2, I square, I into I square. I square is minus 1. So 2 into 2 into minus 1, that is minus 4. So 7 upon 2 root 2i, it is the only the imaginary part is there, and the real part of this is 0. So this is the standard form of this complex number. This is the standard form of this complex number. So this is the completion of the exercise 5.1, in which it contains only the simplification of the imaginary part, and in those we have to convert this into the a plus ib form, real part plus imaginary part. In the exercise 5.2, we have to find first of all the principal solution and the modulus of the given complex number, or you have to convert any complex number into the polar form. Now, as we have already discussed, the polar form of the complex number is r cos theta plus I sin theta. Now because we have to convert this complex number into polar form, so we let this equal to r cos theta plus I sin theta. Now the real part of this complex number is minus 1, and in the polar form the real part is r cos theta. So real part with real part, imaginary part is minus root 3, and its imaginary part is r sin theta. So r sin theta will be equal to minus root 3, and r cos theta will be equal to minus 1. When the two complex numbers are equal, equate real part with real part, imaginary part with real part, real part with real part, and imaginary part with imaginary part. Now you have to use these equations to find the value of r and theta. R is known as the modulus of the complex number, and theta is known as the argument of the complex number. So first of all, squaring and adding. You can square and add left hand side and right hand side, right hand side and right side, squaring and adding to find the modulus of the complex number. So when you square and add, it becomes r square cos square theta, r square sin square theta in the left hand side, minus 1 square plus minus root 3 square in the right hand side. So cos square plus sin square equal to 1. So r square comes out to be 4, which is equal to 2. The modulus of this complex number is 2. Now to find the argument of the complex number, you divide the two equations, r sin theta upon r cos theta is equal to minus root 3 upon minus 1. Because both sin theta and cos theta are negative, so it means theta lies in the third quadrant. Theta lies in the third quadrant. So tan theta is equal to root 3 minus root 3 upon minus 1. Now tan theta comes out to be root 3, which is equal to 60. Now because we have to convert into the third quadrant, we have discussed in the basics of the polar form, then you have to convert into third minus 180 minus pi by 3. 180 minus pi by 3 minus 2 pi by 3 is the principal argument of this complex number. When the theta is in the third quadrant, so its principal argument will be minus 180 minus theta. Minus 180 minus theta we have discussed in the basics of the polar form of the complex number. So when the when the polar form in the third complex number in the third quadrant, then its principal solution will be minus 180 minus theta, and theta here is 60. Now like this you have to do these types of question in this exercise. All the questions are of the polar form. In some question you have to find the principal solution, or in some question you have to convert the complex number into the polar form. We'll discuss the remaining question in the next lecture. Thank you.